Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome. How's everybody doing? How's the gang doing? I'm doing well. We've got some tree work being done here in the city. They're trimming trees, and I thought they would all be done by now, but I guess they've got most of the tree work done, but they still are trimming a few extra things. So if you hear any of that noise in the background, it's okay. Just a little tree work. But we march on. We march on. And here's Dogecoin, just 12.5 cents again, like it's been doing for the past couple of weeks. It's like a magnet. This blue line on my chart, it's like a magnet. And Dogecoin just sucks right back to 12.5 cents. We go to the 4-hour chart, and it's like ever since, 17th of June. And it's just been right around 12 cents. They're just flat. So that's what we got. Just flat line, like a magnet, 12.5 cents. But it's not always going to be that. We know that. So no, Ryan, look at it. It's 12.5 cents. You missed nothing. 12.5. It's just exactly where it was a week ago. After we dipped down here to 11.4 and just came right back up to 12.5 cents. That's it. That's all we got to say. There's always stuff going on in crypto. Last week it was all about liquidations. It was all about liquidations, up, down, and today liquidated some shorts. I'll show you that. It was just like, it's all about the liquidations though. That's the story. So, and Doge really doesn't go up and down that much. Bitcoin a little bit more. So yeah, the story here on Friday was that dip to liquidate and then the move up, liquidating some shorts after the big dump that we had here a week ago. That's about it. We're just waiting. We're just waiting for all of this good stuff to happen. So what we have are flashing buy signals, and we'll talk about that. And who's saying buy signals and where that comes from when we get to the news in just a little bit. Other than that, overall in the crypto market, pretty much green all around. Some more green than others. You see bonk right here in the middle of the chart here. Bonk making a big move on the backs of Solana as the #1 Solana meme. Bonk. But we have Whiff and we have Brett also doing well. Doge is just hanging out. A little bit still in the green though. Along with Floki, Jasmy, Sheev. I mean, all just they're doing okay. We have the fetch token still going down, and that conversion to ASI is supposed to happen today, but fetch is still trading, and I don't know how all that works. I got out of fetch a while ago. I'll look at buying into this ASI token. I'll take a look at it, but yeah. So we'll get into that a little bit. The top 100 on cryptos. Yeah, Doge is still number 9, catching up a little bit to Toncoin. Past week, Doge is up 7.9, Toncoin 4.3. In the past 24 hours, a little bit closer, but yeah, Doge is catching up. So we could see Doge flipping over Toncoin yet again in the coming weeks. So that's coming. And overall, I guess big news for possibly Jasmy, as Sony is launching a crypto exchange in Japan. Japan's having some real problems with its whole monetary system. So kind of interesting that Sony would be getting into the crypto game. And the leaders of Jasmy are ex-Sony executives. So it looks like there may be something going on with Jasmy and Sony. So we'll be watching that. But again, Jasmy is something that we bought into a year ago, and we're already up almost 10x on it. But this looks like this has the makings of even being bigger. Of course, again, the country of Japan is having all kinds of economic problems right now. But that is not stopping Sony from investing and building for the future. So Sony getting into the crypto game. And Jasmy is the #1 Japanese-based crypto. So why not, right? Why not Jasmy? So we have that going on. And then we talked about the shorts, and this was one last night, and I posted this because this was just so obvious that Bitcoin was headed up towards 62,666 because somebody had a $4.39 million short on Dogecoin, and that 62,666 was their liquidation point. And Bitcoin miraculously traded right up to 62,666 and wiped out that $4.3 million short. Amazing how that happens. And then they picked up like 5 over $100,000 shorts right after that, as well as picking up this $500,000 short. And it was like boom, 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 just ticking them off one by one. So, yep, that's what happened. And then the other news is I am still talking to Crypto.com about maybe doing a partnership deal. But they've got this deal going on that I tweeted out earlier. They've got this 8th year anniversary celebration going on the month of July, and you can win a free Bitcoin or any number of other prizes they're giving away. Looks like the Crow and the Bitcoin are the two that I think most people will be going for, because the others are like are seats and events and things like that that may be a little difficult for people to get to. But anyway, if you want to check that out, again, follow me at KrissPax on X Twitter. And we'll see where this Crypto.com collaboration goes with them. But here's a fun thing that you can just check out, and it doesn't cost you anything to check it out. To actually participate, you have to buy like $88 worth of Crow tokens during a certain window of time. And Crow's at about 10 cents. So it's about $8. And then you own the Crow, which I think over at least the next 7 to 8 months is going to go up. So you're going to make money on the deal. Most likely. Anyway, you can check that out. Looks like a good thing. Hey, Bowlerin, how are you? We're just watching Doge at 12.5 cents, just like it's been for the past 2 weeks. Not doing nothing. Pepe's been up and down a little bit, but still right around 11.5 seems to be its sort of median point here. Let's see if I put a horizontal line here at about 11.5. That seems to be Pepe's magic magnet right there. It just goes right back to this line. And here it is again. So that's what's going on with that. So that's a little bit of an overview. Let me check in the chat for those that are watching on the video replay. You weren't here for the live, so you can't ask questions. You can leave a comment below if you want, and always hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. But we'll be watching Doge here during the live, seeing whether we can get some action away from this 12.5 cent magnet, or is Doge just gonna stick around there? We will see. Greetings, Ryan. How are you? Sommels, fixing that car. Need that Dogecoin though to pay that bill, right? Well, we'll see. We'll see how long that takes. Yeah, a lot of basketball players are signing big contracts. Roaring Kitty. Well, he's got shares in Chewy, but I didn't see any proof that he sold GameStop. So, but that was an awful lot of shares of Chewy that we think that he owns. And yeah, that's very strange. But there were rumors that Ryan Cohen, who is the CEO of GameStop, had an interest in Chewy, which is why Roaring Kitty is buying Chewy as well. So something's going on there. I don't know what. I'm still holding my GameStop stock. And if it dips down to like $22, I'll maybe buy some more. It's going to play out for a while. It's not going to be an immediate thing. So that's how the stocks go, though. PokePay is buying Doge at these levels. Hey, Zaza, how are you? Yeah, Boston Celtics signed Derek White, $120 million over the next 4 years. So that's a sweet bag. Those basketball players making big money. Jason, dang, now I have to buy Jasmy. I'm not telling you what to do, but I've got a big bag. And I'm just following the news, right? Just following the news and seeing how this all plays out. More and more crypto adoption is coming, and big companies, big institutions, more and more are getting into crypto. That's the narrative. That's what's happening. Boston should have picked LeBron James' son. Actually, Boston had the last pick in the first round, and they picked this guy out of Creighton, sharpshooter. Then in the second round, they had the pick right before the Lakers, and they could have picked Bronny. But the word on the street was that if anybody other than the Lakers picked Bronny, Bronny was not going to report to them, and he was going to go play in Australia or something. He wasn't going to report. So basically saying, don't pick him. So that's what happened. Jasmy's still going to be flirting around where it is. I'm not expecting Jasmy to go crazy anytime soon. It's still under 3 cents, 2.8. So it's been up and down. So yeah, I don't think Jasmy's going to be rocketing up anytime soon. So there could be some good buy-in points coming in. You're in Chicago for a few days? Cool, cool. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, the Roaring Kitty the lawsuit thing. If you look at the details of the lawsuit, it's some guy that only had like $1,000 invested. And it's just like, you've got $1,000 invested in GameStop and you're suing Keith Gill. It's just very strange. So obviously this is all about attorneys, because attorneys win no matter what. And attorneys are always looking for people to sue. So obviously the word was, yeah, he's a good target to sue because of his posts on X Twitter. So the attorneys just start emailing and sending out posts to see if someone will join a class action lawsuit, because the attorneys always win. That's all it is. And everyone who looked at the lawsuit is just like, this is a joke. It's going to get thrown out. It has no merit. But you never know. We'll see. Tesla stock back over $200. That's right. Yeah, you bought in good on the dip at 172. Nice. Despite Elon, for a stock, Tesla actually is pretty volatile. It's a big stock. It's a heavy stock, but it does move quite a bit. Up and down. Here's the Tesla chart right here, up to $209. So yeah, big run up this morning. We zoom out and we can see that it has been on a run for the past 2 weeks, quite a bit. So yeah. So Tesla's doing it. And I've owned my Tesla stock for about 1.5 years now, because I was buying when it was down at 110 and 116. So that's my average. It's down there. And just holding it. So rode it all the way up to $230, all the way back down to 170, and now back up to 209. We'll see how it goes. Remember, Tesla is not a car company. It's a technology company. It's a technology company. Good to be in it, though. feel like we need another big scare in the crypto market. Yeah, Mike, we'll see. There's always something going on. The FUD out there right now is Mt. Gox with these Bitcoin tokens, the country of Germany selling off Bitcoin, United States with all their Silk Road stash possibly selling, ETH ETF getting delayed. So there's all these things, right? There's one after another. But the price is still doing okay. $63,000 Bitcoin. It's not bad. Nice with the Tesla stock. Betting on Elon Musk. Can't go wrong. I don't know. Just can't seem to go wrong. Spell token. Yeah, it's on a dip still, and it's going to drop a zero again. I think it will. What are the flags pointing to a fall run? Because while nothing is guaranteed, I need some assurance. We'll take a look at that, Matt. We'll take a look at that. Elections is one of them. Just bought 7,500 more Doge. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Million token, almost to $1. That's what the tech lead said. $1 was the bottom. Couldn't go lower. But he hasn't done anything with it in years, so I don't know. He said the liquidity is set there where the price could not go below $1. But we know it was $20. Nobody believed it would ever even get close to $1, and there it is. So I don't know. I'm not touching it. One of my real estate ventures fell through, so I put the money that I took out of my retirement for real estate in Dogecoin. Doge. In the next 6 to 8 months, that's kind of the window of time people are talking about for the next big Doge run. Could happen sooner. We don't know. These seem to be good prices, though. Right around 12 cents. And we'll talk about the buy signals in just a little bit. Bull run saying $120,000 Bitcoin in August. I think it's going to take a little bit longer than that. Yeah. Notice Doge was in the top 3 trending coins on CoinMarketCap. It is. A lot of news articles. We'll get to those in just a minute. Yeah, tech lead. He went all crypto. It wasn't just million token, although that didn't help. And CoffeeZilla, of course, doing his expose on the whole thing. That didn't help. But he got away from how he had, all of his subscribers was talking about tech and Google and Facebook and all of those things. And some of his crazy other antics. But he got away from all of that. And it's really tough to change direction on a YouTube channel. You're going to alienate a bunch of people. So PH, how are you? Could Doge go to $2? Again, depends on what happens. I was saying this all the way back when I did my 2024 price prediction video for the whole year, right? It's like, is Doge going to be on X payments? If Doge is integrated into X payments, $2 will be easy. But if it's not, so it all depends on what Doge is used for. whether we'll get up there or not. Yeah, I heard Logan Paul suing CoffeeZilla. It just seems like an odd thing to do, particularly when he made a video not too long ago where he kind of apologized to CoffeeZilla and said, "Hey, it's all good. I'm gonna make everybody whole." And then he didn't. So I don't know. As a millionaire, of course. Coffee did his kind of movie thing the other day. I watched it. It was hilarious. Doge will go up to 3 million a coin. All right, Northwoods. Sure. All right, let's get to the news here. What's going on? What is going on? Well, first, X Payments update. X now has money transmitter licenses in 31 states. All right. Grabbed another state. So here we go. Went from 25 to 26 to 30, now 31. Getting closer. It's almost the middle of the summer. I don't think he's going to get there to get all 50 states by the middle of the summer. Doesn't look like he's going to make that deadline. That was his self-imposed deadline. So, as I've been saying for months, it's probably going to take longer than the middle of the summer for Elon to get all 50 states with these money transmitter licenses. But over 60% of the way there, that's good. And there's this thing, which I thought was interesting. So NFTs, like who talks about NFTs? And I remember somebody asking me a couple months ago during a live stream about NFTs making a comeback. And it looked like at the end of 2023 and early 2024, there were some volume of sales in NFTs, but look at what has happened since then. It has just fallen off. And right now there's nothing. There's nothing going on in the NFT world. I mean, this was the craziness back here, 2021 and early 2022, all the Bored Apes and Pudgy Penguins and all of that stuff, right? And now look at it. It's like nothing. NFT traders blamed the decline in the price of Bitcoin. Well, that was the 2022 narrative, right? Bear market, Bitcoin price going down, crypto going down, so NFTs going down. But that doesn't mean anything here. Well, I guess since April, right, Bitcoin went down from what, 73 to 62. But the bigger thing is the hype around meme tokens. That is what I think is totally drying up the NFT market, because degens are making money chasing after memes. And there's so much uncertainty with NFTs. Nobody's putting their money into NFTs. Nobody's buying NFTs. So I thought that was pretty interesting. A 44% drop in sales in the second quarter of 2024. And that's just volume of sales. Just fell off the map. So I don't know if any of you guys are into NFTs or still have some held over from before, but it's something I never got into, was not interested in. People still ask, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm not touching that. So there's that. All right, let's get to some charts. So here's the Bitcoin chart. This is Rec Capital looking at macro high, macro low of trading of Bitcoin and how that is starting to squeeze in a little bit. Starting to squeeze in. So there's a little triangle action going on here for Bitcoin, and it seems to be finding very strong upward support and downward resistance lines. So we'll see how July plays out, but Bitcoin could kind of trade up and down in this range here. And as this tightens up, we could see an impending breakout later on. That's what this is showing. Of course, you guys saw my video on Dogecoin and my new descending wedge. Did you see that? Did you see that one? I don't make big wedge predictions very often, but when I do, they usually come out right. I'll show you my wedge in a little bit. Descending wedge. Stock Money Lizards is saying, look, the 4-year cycle is still in play. Post-halving resistance happened in 2016. Post-halving resistance happened in 2020. And here we are in 2024, post-halving resistance. Again, the 4-year cycles still in play until they're not, but it's still in play. It's no different. And after each of these resistance lines, there was a breakout. So we could be seeing a coming breakout later this year for Bitcoin. Not right away, but it's coming. Again, the 4-year cycles are still in play. 2024 is the halving year. 2020 was the previous halving year for Bitcoin. And before that, 2016. 4-year cycles still in play. All right. And then Leia says, look, I've been here before. 2012, 2016, 2020. Here we are. Could this be the next big banana? Like Raul Paul says, banana zone coming. Why would you trade against the 4-year cycle and what has happened 3 consecutive cycles? I'm not trading against that. I am ready for this. But that's just me. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. All right, Dogecoin. Dogecoin is something to keep an eye on. Something to keep an eye on for the first time in months. This is first, crypto trader Kevin predicted a weekly buy signal for the first time since Doge was 5 cents. Again, that was the end of last summer, same time I had my descending wedge and the breakout that eventually happened in October. Kev Capital is saying, look, since back in October, we now have a buy signal. Doge is about 2 green weekly candles away from confirming its first weekly golden cross in 4 years. I think it's going to take a little bit longer than that. I don't think we're going to see that weekly golden cross until August. He thinks it's going to be middle of July. I think it's going to take a little longer than that. But it's something to keep an eye on. That can be very bullish. Coinpedia Markets in their latest post predicted if Dogecoin breaks above 12.96 cents, it is likely to see a 40 to 70% surge, which will get it back up over 20 cents. Javon Marks predicts a strong run up for Dogecoin. Doge and its next leg up towards the current breakout target of 65 cents. May be a matter of time. Prices could be preparing here for the break above. As of the current, with price breakout holding a roughly 400% run to reach this target, can be loading. That's right, can be loading. Traders are optimistic with their outlooks on Dogecoin. Doge is the meme coin leader. It has struggled to break out from months of sideways movement, but we have an increase in Dogecoin's daily active addresses. Total exchange inflows has increased, and Doge's price is up to 12.5 cents. But not only that, Dogecoin flashes a major buy signal, And this is our friend Ali, who's always bullish, of course, looking at the TD sequential indicator. What does that look like? It looks like this. So if you've got the TD sequential indicator loaded into your chart, it will flash a buy signal. And this is on the 3-day chart, and Ali's getting a buy signal. Bullish for Doge. So on this 3-day chart right now, we are looking at Doge with a buy signal. So the TD sequential is a powerful tool used by technical analysts in order to determine when a certain asset is on the cusp of reversing its trend. The strategy consists of two main components: the setup, which is the momentum, with 9 candles, and the countdown, trend exhaustion, with 13 candles. The indicator signals a potential trend reversal when the countdown approaches a certain level. That's Dogecoin. But not only that, Doge sees demand surge, presents a buying opportunity. That's right. To reverse the downward trend we saw a week ago that dipped down to 11.4 cents, and Doge has been up since then. We look at the Doge chart and we're like, yep. We had the dip on the 30th on Sunday down to 12. It's like 12.05. But then that's as low as it went, higher lows. And so we can mark those. We can say, yep, that's a higher low. And then this dip here that we had, 12.32, is a higher low. And now we're just flirting around 12.5 cents. The number of daily active and new addresses for Doge has risen by 20%. And the MVRV ratio that we talked about last week also signals a buying opportunity. So 3-4 different publications, all with different sources of data, all pointing to buy signals for Dogecoin. That's what's going on, guys. Buy signals for Dogecoin. And in Dogecoin's price forecast. Is Doge primed for a 99% surge? Well, where does that get it to? 24 cents? Maybe. Over the last 24 hours, Dogecoin price has surged by a modest 2% amid broader market growth. Comes amidst anticipation of a substantial breakout following Dogecoin's recent disappointing price action. And I know it's been tough watching Doge just flounder around near 12 cents, but this move back up to 12.5 sounds promising. Yeah, Jack, but it's not going to get down there. 5 cents, 7 cents. No. So Doge is not dropping that low. The pullback from 22 cents was obvious, but not to 5 cents. So here we are. Here we are. What I'm looking at now, I got to the daily, and this was in my price prediction video for the month of July. This is now the large descending wedge, which actually extends out into August. But the chart is pretty clear here. What's going on? It's pretty clear. Yep, Ryan. Again, I had it in February earlier this year, and I had it in October last year, all set up, and both times Doge did significant breakouts. And it's setting up again. This is what we got going. And again, I've been talking for months about waiting through the summer. Breakout isn't going to be in June. It's not going to be in July. Somebody posted on my July price prediction video that I'm way too conservative, but it's like, guys, it's just, it's the summer. There's not a lot of huge things going on in crypto. There's going to be the Bitcoin conference later in July. Nothing usually happens with the price of Bitcoin during then. We still have some sort of negative FUD things out there between Mt. Gox, Germany, United States, the ETFs, what's going on. Seems to be they're turning around and not selling as much. But that just means more sideways action, which is what I predicted for the month of July. If you didn't see my July Dogecoin price prediction video, you should watch it. A lot of good information in there on what is coming up. Yes, it usually goes down around the Bitcoin conference. Bitcoin usually goes down. There's something about the anti-hype or something, whatever it is, right? Bitcoin never trades well during the Bitcoin conference, and not expecting anything different to happen this year. So that's overall what the Doge chart looks like. And as we zoom back in, where is Doge? 12.5 cents. It's like a magnet, guys. It's like a magnet. Just sucking Doge right back to 12.5 cents. That's what we got right now. Not very exciting, I know. But as I just showed, higher lows. So if there continues to be another pullback, we'll see. Is it going to go lower than 12.3? Potato wedges? Yeah, potato wedges. Got it. Yeah. I just don't want to turn on my oven. That's all. Tough to make potato wedges in the summertime. That's more of a fall, winter kind of thing. Too hot. Too hot in the summer. People are going to be buying fireworks. Not a lot of firework buying going on anymore. I like to go see fireworks, but buying them and setting your own off, that's not as big a deal now as it used to be. Maybe next year, right? After selling, right? As we go into a bear market. Maybe then buy some fireworks. Celebrate all our great gains. But right now, the gains aren't so great yet. We got to wait for that. Got to wait for that to happen. Mr. Tom Crown, welcome, sir. How's everything going? We're doing good, hanging out, just watching Doge, like, just go sideways. Like you probably already know, so you don't really cover Doge right now because it's boring. You'd like to recover the coins that are actually moving, right? Either up or down. But not much happening on the Dogecoin front, that's for sure. The ones that I do see starting to move are Cardano. After all this time, Cardano is actually moving up. And Algorand, for some reason, has been moving up as well. Looks like there's a lot of activity on the blockchain, a lot of development going on. So we're getting some, as Tom would say, some spicy action in Algorand. But overall, it's like, Bonk, Brett, Book a Meme, Whiff. Those seems to be the ones that are moving more on the meme coin front, at least in the top 100. Tom has a bunch of degens that come in his live stream that have him looking at all kinds of weird things. And I know you've been following Turbo too, and I just never got into Turbo. But overall, yeah, actually kind of pretty quiet overall, while here again, Doge is just magnet right into 12.5 cents still. But thanks for stopping in, Tom. Appreciate it. Any big dips at the moment wouldn't last long. Would be eaten up pretty quickly. Lots of money on the sidelines waiting for good entry. That is true. But we do have a lot of people on vacation as well. So we're waiting. Biggest problem with Doge, Jack says. Elon stopped tweeting. It's a trader coin only as the pumps sell off. If Elon opened his pie hole and said, hey, it's Doge Father here. Good news coming for Doge. If he did that, yeah, Doge would spike. But without that, and Dogecoin hasn't had that, right? Then how do you explain this movement from Dogecoin from down here, September, October 2023, Doge was down here at 5 cents. All of this move up. Elon hasn't tweeted anything about Dogecoin, but yet Dogecoin has moved up. So I'm just saying, Doge is not dropping back down to 5 cent levels. Not now. Now, maybe 2026 into 2027 or something like that, next bear market. I mean, we'll see what happens with Doge. But this chart here does not show Dogecoin coming back down to 5 cents. Again, you have your opinion, I have mine. We'll see what happens. Nothing's for certain, that's for sure. But Dogecoin has organically been able to move up in price without any direct tweets from Elon Musk talking about Dogecoin. Fireworks are being shot off around you. Cardano has an update. Could be. I don't really follow Charles Hoskinson that much because he talks a lot. He talks a lot. Seems like you New Englanders take the 4th way more seriously. Yeah, we're not a bunch of rebels shooting off Roman candles in the streets here. We like the big fireworks shows, the traditional carnivals, you know, those things. But we're not running around in the streets shooting off Roman candles. Nope. I haven't followed sand in a long time, PH. Have a good one, Jack. Ryan likes how sand feels between his toes. Yeah, we have carnivals. Yeah. You know, the ones with all of the rides that look a little suspect. Am I really going to get on this ride or not? And of course, the guy who's like running the ride, he looks pretty questionable too. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know about that. You know, when they flip you around and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, no. You can throw darts at balloons on the midway. Win stuffed animals. Yes. We have them. Yes, I will pay $10 to go on that sus ride. I know. Well, no, you got to go get the tickets, though. See, it's all this ticket system, right? And now, of course, they're not doing tickets anymore. They're doing little cards. So you got to fund your little swipe card, right? And there's always something left over on the card. So you end up buying more than you actually use. So they make more money. Yep. That's how it works now. But yes, they still have like throw the football through the hoop, which it barely fits through, or shoot the basketball in the hoop, and the hoop is smaller. Carnivals. But it's fun. It's fun to do. Hot dogs, lemonade. Good time. As long as the weather isn't too hot or it's not raining, then it's great. And right now, the weather forecast is looking pretty good for this weekend here in the Boston area. So, carnival time. It's coming. How's the portfolio doing? You know, it's holding up pretty well. We're still up 124% on our Kriss DCA portfolio. It's holding up very well. Of course, our worst performer is still the dreaded XRP. I think it's funny that we ended up buying some of this just to watch how terrible XRP has been doing. It's just a reminder that, yeah, XRP really sucks because it's the one that always shows up as the worst performer in our portfolio. It's XRP. But yeah, you know, Jasmy's still up 680%. Render up 420%. So yeah, we still have some top ones here. But yeah, now Matic is in the red. So XRP and Matic, and of course those are our two smallest holdings, and they're the ones in the red. Yes, bad XRP. Never should have bought that. We put what, $700? I guess we bought $700 worth of XRP and it's down to 580. Oh, well. At that time, XRP had just won their lawsuit, right? And everyone was like, hey, XRP is going to do something. And it's just done nothing since then, which is why I call it a stable coin. Yes, bad XRP. For those who are curious about this Kriss DCA portfolio here, this is the portfolio that I put $10,000 in last summer, and we bought crypto live during these live streams on a DCA process, buying crypto. Of course, we ended up very Doge heavy. Our Doge average is 6.1 cents here. Our Jasmy average is 0.00366. So yeah, his portfolio still doing very well. And when we're at the top of the bull market, I will be giving away these 75,000 Doge right here. I'm giving it away to you guys. And some of it to pay for the tax or whatever it is that I need to do. Because it's I'm not quite sure yet. It's a gift or it's I don't know what to call it. But yeah, this 75,000 Doge, I'm not selling. I will be transferring it to you guys who become members of my Kriss YouTube channel. So you need to become a member by hitting the join button on the member line here, and you join the channel. And by joining the channel, you get your name in green in the chat. You get a check mark next to your name, and you get to use these cool emojis, as Ryan is showing in the chat. The longer you're a member, your color of your check mark changes. I see Jason is already a red. Then there's silver and gold are to come. Once you're a gold check mark, you have been a member of the channel the longest. Once you get the gold check mark. So something to look forward to, the color of your check mark. If you have any questions about joining the channel or the Kriss DCA portfolio, let me know in the chat or in the comments below. We'll be glad to talk more about it. The whole idea of this is that we were buying crypto in the bottom of the bear market for almost guaranteed profits. And I was so sure that that was the time to be buying all these cryptos that instead of just buying it for me personally, I was like, well, let's do a fun thing on the channel. So we'll buy it live on the channel so you guys can all see buying live. And then we just wait, and we wait for the bull market to play out. And so far, it's playing out pretty well, but we have a long ways to go. And this portfolio is going to go up much, much more. And this isn't one of those George Cryptos R Us fake portfolios, because he's not actually buying that crypto in that portfolio. That's just fake. This is real money, real gains. That's how confident I was last summer that we were at the bottom. And these average prices show it. I mean, render for $1.45. $1.45 render. 6 cent Dogecoin. and Jasmy at 0.0036. It's a third of a penny. Should have bought more, right? Always should have bought more. Now I'm doing okay on my personal portfolio too. I'm doing all right. Now when I DCA and I buy, my average goes up. On anything I buy, the average goes up. But that's the way it is. I still believe we are not done. We haven't hit a top. We haven't hit a high. We still have this to come. Happened in 2012, happened in 2016, happened in 2020. I don't know. It just seems like this is still coming. So I'm waiting. Hey, Niels, how are you? Too bad on my Bitvavo account, I can't see DCA average numbers. Yeah, and I can see it on Coinbase, but for the purpose of tracking, CoinMarketCap has this thing called a portfolio here, and you can just reinsert in all of your buys on CoinMarketCap. And so I follow this on CoinMarketCap's free portfolio that they have this app for. And basically what I did was I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. And so I actually put in all of the purchases by hand into this portfolio so that could then see the overall portfolio and could have all these nice little charts and graphs and things. So you could do that yourself as well if you want to really see how your portfolio is performing. It's a little labor intensive if you have a lot of individual purchases to put in, but once you have it all in there, it's just so nice and easy to see. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt putting in each individual crypto purchase. But I was doing this last summer while we were buying. So when the live stream was over, I would just go in then, and whatever we bought during that live stream, I also put into CoinMarketCap on the portfolio. And then once it's here, it's like, whoo. So yeah, check that out. It's this little portfolio button right up here on CoinMarketCap. And you just give it a name, whatever you want to call it. And then you just start adding assets and hit the little plus over here for actions if you want to add more. And then you just log each of your purchases. But it's great that it gives you your allocation chart, gives you your overall performance chart, history, how it's doing, how your overall portfolio is tracking against Bitcoin, which is kind of an interesting chart. Our portfolio is outperforming Bitcoin. That's right. Our portfolio is outperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in this orange line here, of course, orange. And then our portfolio is in blue, and we are outperforming Bitcoin. Not bad. Not bad. You have real gains. Overall, 5x. Nice. I know that Pepe really helps, doesn't it? That Pepe really helps. I'm so Doge heavy that because Doge is still waiting to go on its big run, I'm not up 5x overall this run yet. We're waiting. But yes, data is king. That's true, Niels. And once that's in there, it's nice to have. How much did I make on the last bull run? Well, I made nothing because I didn't sell anything. How much was I up? So that 2-cent Dogecoin that I bought, 500,000 Doge, you can just do the math, right? I shouldn't be doing this. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. 500,000 Dogecoin times 73 cents. Yeah, that was $360,000 worth. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. So from a $10,000 investment up to $360,000 and then all the way back down. Just about. I mean, Doge didn't go back down to 2 cents. I've always been up on it, but yep, I did not sell. So on paper, I was up about $350,000. But I did not take profit. That was just at the peak, right on May 7th. That was the peak. Ouch. But there's a lot of people who thought that. What's my overall percentage gain right now? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, just on Doge alone, my average is probably up because I bought a lot more Doge in the 6-7 cent range, and then recently topped up a little more at 13-15 cents. So I'm at like 6.5. So Doge, I'm up 2x overall because I have a lot more Doge now than that 500,000 initial purchase. And of course, I bought a ton of other cryptos as well. So it's probably in the 2 to 3x range would be my guess overall. Something like that. Elon says he's going to monetize X in 2025. Yeah. I mean, he's monetizing it now. He's got ad revenue. Creators can make money. So I don't know. We might be talking about something new, something next, but I don't know. Yeah, overall bull run. That's what I'm saying. 2 to 3x. Yeah, same for Ryan. Right in that range. I mean, I'm up almost 10x on Jasmy, but I've got some like Algorand, Yearn Finance that are still like in the 1x range somewhere. So on balance, it's like 2 to 3x, which is still a lot better than stocks, right? Unless you rode like the Nvidia train. But overall, stocks you would expect to be getting 8 to 10% a year. And yet we're over 100% in crypto. So that's not bad. Right. And also bull run with big numbers. It's big. It's big. But if we think that there's still the possibility for this kind of run coming up, for the next leg up, I'm locked and loaded, ready to go. Thank you, Zaza. Cheers. I'm waiting for the banana zone, the big banana run. That's what I'm still waiting for, alt season, because I'm much more heavy in alts than Bitcoin. That's what I'm waiting for. And a good part of that may end up being Dogecoin. But other alts too that have been waiting, like Algorand and Cardano, that haven't had big runs yet. Like Solana already had a huge run, but there are others that haven't had their runs yet. And I still think Sheeb is going to do something. I just think it's going to go on a run of its own at some point in time. So we wait. So we wait. But overall, it's Dogecoin is something to keep an eye on. Dogecoin is flashing a major buy signal, and Dogecoin is presenting a buying opportunity at this point in time. So that's the theme of today. Is many analysts, including Kriss, are seeing this point in time as this buying opportunity, whether it's looking at Ali's TD sequential indicator, which is presenting this big buy signal here, whether it's Kev Capital looking at the weekly golden cross, which is going to be coming in a few weeks, something to keep an eye on. Or what was the third thing? Oh, the MVRV, right? This market value to realized value ratio that we've been talking about here over the past couple weeks, as well as growth in the Dogecoin network. Number of transactions has risen, and we see more wallets, a lot of more wallets of Dogecoin. It's the retail traders that are going to push Doge. It's not going to be the institutional buyers. You don't have the BlackRock buying Dogecoin. It's going to be retail driven. And when this starts happening and crypto starts going crazy, retail will be buying Doge. Even if there's not an Elon tweet or anything like that, retail will be buying, and they'll be buying Doge. So that's what we're waiting for. We got to get through the summer, though. You can call my price prediction conservative, whatever you want. Fine, somebody did. Just trying to keep it real. Doge has to run. Sure, pricks. But it's not time yet. Not time yet. You were buying. And you did hit it big on Pepe. And I grant you that. And you told me, and I know you told me to buy Pepe. I remember that last summer. I remember. I was not a believer. But yeah, you did tell me. The age part of it on mine is I've got a plan for the end of this cycle. And it's going to be extracting a lot of wealth out of crypto. that's probably not going to go back into crypto. Now, come 2027, if there really is the next bear market, I might play around with some a little bit, but my goal is still real estate and doing something with real estate at the end of this bull run here. So we'll see how that plays out. But everybody has a different financial plan. And some of you young whippersnappers here are probably going to be in crypto for a long time. And I think we're really early in the whole crypto game. And we'll see the succeeding 4-year cycles come 2028 to 29, come 2032 to 33. Everything is just going to be that much higher. So for those that can hold on, you just want to hold, that's good. If I were to do it again at a younger age, I would be taking profits, letting the most likely eventual bear market play itself out and then buy back in. Where at the top of the market, or what you can guess would be the top of the market, would be holding in some interest-bearing account or something. So at least you're making something off it, just not any of those Voyager types. I wouldn't trust any of those companies. Maybe stocks for a little while before rotating it back into crypto. But no, my goal is to extract, buy real estate. That's my plan. I know you told me. You told me about Pepe. I remember. Congress is introducing a bill to accept Bitcoin payments for federal income tax. I have not heard that, Frank. And I would imagine that would have a hard time passing. There's probably a few individuals that support it, and it'll never get passed. But who knows? But who knows? And also, bull run is a good point here. A lot more experience since the last bull run. And that's it, right? With investing experience in crypto, the longer you're in the crypto markets, the more you understand the patterns, the cycles, and can play it better in this cycle than you did the previous cycle. Like we just did the calculation of my 500,000 Doge, right? Held it all the way up and all the way back down. Didn't take any profit. And it's just like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. This bull run sets me up for other investments. Exactly, Ron. Yep. Yep. Could have bought a home. But Doge was going to $1 in the summer of 2021. Everybody was convinced of it. Yikes. That didn't happen. Do I think Bitcoin will be the catalyst? No, I don't think it's going to be Bitcoin. I think it's going to be Ethereum, which will then rotate into alts. And that's what this chart is. I mean, Bitcoin will go up, but alts will go up greater. Alts will outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance will go down. Alts are going to run it. And you're going to see Cardano, big gains. and others that just haven't run yet. I think you're going to see big gains. But as I've been saying, and I've been saying for months, this isn't something that's going to happen this summer. It's going to be more like the fall. Is when we're going to start to see something like this. And we got to wait out the summer. And I know it's hard month after month, but that's what we're here. We're here for, right? Just commiserating together as Dogecoin hugs 12.5 cents. This blue line here. Not great. We would all love it to be higher, but Alberto, hola. ¿Cómo está? The land of the bulls. I like that. The land of the bulls. Dogecoin will, in its day, in its time, will lead the way. Yeah, Jag, end of August to mid-September. That could be the trigger. That's what we were watching last year in 2023. I was predicting end of September and actually delayed until like the middle of October. It was around the middle of October when everything took off. But I had it pretty close from the middle of the summer until that period was forecasting the breakout. And it eventually did it. Yeah, and I would never do that, Tedward. You don't want to brag. You don't want to be that guy, right? You don't want to be that crypto guy. You're the guy in the meme who's hiding out in the corner while everybody else is just living their life, having a good time, and they have no idea the amount of money you're making. They have no idea. The charts are doing this, right? Right? The charts are doing this, and you're just sitting there with a little grin on your face. Yeah, exactly, Ron. My immediate family knows, but that's it. Nobody outside, except you guys, of course. But yeah, and you don't brag. No, keep it on the down low. Definitely keep it on the down low. And again, I always got to say, there's no guarantees that this is going to happen. No guarantees. But gosh, I mean, 4-year cycles, every 4th year, liquidity coming back into the market, interest rates, most likely in the United States. There's going to be political pressure for the Fed to lower interest rates before the elections. Markets always go up in the fall of an election year in the United States. They always go up every 4 years. Printing money, liquidity, that's the name of the game. Now, is Dogecoin going to go up the same percentage as a lot of other cryptos? Again, that's going to be on the backs of the retail buyers. The institutions are slowly loading up on Bitcoin right now, and maybe some Solana or ETH or other things, but not Doge. Doge is going to be retail. The shorters are going to be out in force. It's going to be that whole leverage game again. And as we've been watching the past few weeks, it's been a leverage game. Taking out the longs and then taking out the shorts. Because the exchanges don't want you to win. And that's what we've seen. again, for those that weren't here earlier, I posted last night this chart when Bitcoin went on a quick little spike up to grab this $4.3 million short, liquidated it last night. Kind of funny how that price went right up to that number to liquidate that $4.3 million short. That's how it works. And all before that, last week, we were watching the price go down, liquidating the longs. And everyone was like, wow, that's incredible. And it is. It's incredible how those longs get liquidated. Funny how the price just happens to hit those targets. Wiping out the degens. You know how to make Doge go up. Just buy a huge short, right? Right. So as soon as you open a huge short position, it's going to go up. Guaranteed. The monthly chart is disappointing. Yep. But April of 2021, after that, anything is possible. That is true. You're not going to tell anyone about your gains, but there will be signs. Yeah. Instead of that Toyota or whatever you drive, it's going to be something flashy, right? I'm just guessing. I don't know what you drive, but there may be an upgrade there. Before crypto, there was old-fashioned stock trading with slow gains. I know. And again, as crypto investors, we're spoiled, right? And some of it not always positive, but the expectations are so different. Like 8 to 10% a year just is not acceptable in crypto, right? We want that in a month, not a year. The Lambo. Gonna trade that Toyota in for a Lambo. That would be a sign, wouldn't it? And probably green for Pepe, right? If you feel the need to tell others about your gains, maybe it's time to take some profits. Yeah. And just keep it quiet. It's all right. Just do your thing. Pat yourself on the back. Good job, Kriss. And enjoy it. Now, my plan, we'll get more into it in the fall, if indeed we start seeing these kinds of spikes up in price. It's going to be about layering out, because you're not going to pick the top. You're not going to know when the top is exactly. Taking some profits. And personally, not holding it all through the next bear market. Not doing that. I will probably keep some Bitcoin and Dogecoin. I won't go all the way to zero. Just in case there isn't a big bear market. There's this talk of super cycle, right? A 7-year cycle, like all of this stuff. And it's like, just on the chance, I'll keep a little, but not all of it. No, not all of it. Probably sell 90%. I don't know yet exactly what number. but it's not time yet. I do not think we have seen the top. When Bitcoin hit 73,000 back in late March, that was sort of front running the halving, following the Bitcoin spot ETF. But that doesn't mean that was the top. And I know there's always some FUD happening. There's some selling that goes on, and we've seen it. And now again, for the past month, we've had all this leverage trading, and the exchanges want to take that out. So we've seen a lot of dips, but there hasn't been the huge like black swan event like an FTX or a Luna or Voyager or Celsius kind of thing. That was all last cycle. All of that got flushed out. So that's all coming. Something. There's little things though now. Right? We got the Mt. Gox. We got the Germany, United States selling some Bitcoin. But there's a lot more good news on the horizon. You see more adoption. You see more institutions getting involved. And eventually it's going to be retail. And it's going to be out there again in the world for retail to come in and buy crypto. And it's just not the time for that yet. I may have to rent a track for crazy rides. Can't do it on the streets. Yeah. Yeah. I think George at Cryptos R Us, he's got, is it a Porsche or a Ferrari? Forget, but he takes it to some track and he drives it there. I think it's a Ferrari. He takes it there. Legend in the making? Hardly. Hardly, Bryden. No. Just hanging out with you guys talking crypto. Crypto investing got me to always check on my investments. I have the charts on, like my monitor's always on. First thing I do when I get up in the morning is look at the charts. It's a sickness, actually, that I have. But when you have as much invested and involved in it as I do now, and plus I, do these shows, right, and make these videos. So I always want to be up on the news, what's going on. And that's not going to change. When we've gone past the top of the bull market and things are coming back down in what we think is a bear market, I will continue to have these live streams and make these videos and try and keep things real and keep people from doing stupid things as best I can. Real early to talk about, but when you layer out, would you put some back in if the price goes down? Probably not. Probably when I start taking that profit, I will be taking it out. I may be holding like USDC on Coinbase, where I can continue to get 5% return. That's 5% APY, not monthly return. That's for the year. So, but let's still have it gaining something. And then same with Robinhood Gold. If I sell on Robinhood, right, I will be making interest on the cash that's there until I decide to pull it completely out to my bank because I'm going to go buy something else with it. But I will not, once I take those profits and there is a pullback, I'm not putting it back in. At least that's my thinking right now. I'm not putting it back in. How many people will the Kriss Packs giveaway be distributed? Well, it depends. on how many channel members there are then. It keeps growing by a little bit. And however many channel members there are at the top of the bull market is how many will be getting Doge. Those that have been channel members for a longer period of time will get a bigger percentage of that Doge stash. Those that join, let's say I'm going to give it out in February and they just join in January, they don't get the same stake as somebody who has been a member for over a year. That wouldn't be fair. So I've got a spreadsheet set up so that more and more and more get, or more and more Doge is given to those that were longer. I don't know, Brian, it's like 45 members or so right now. Something like that. Going to rename the banana zone to the Bugatti zone. We broke the downtrend on BTC on the daily chart. Let's see what that looks like. But I agree. Because I've seen other people calling it. Well, it's following mine. Again, this is what I've had, right? Is this large reverse head and shoulders playing out. And this is the shoulder right here in orange. Again, I've had this on my chart, my Bitcoin chart, for quite some time here. All I had to do was adjust this purple line a bit to hit the bottom from a week ago. But yeah, I've had this line on here for quite a bit. And it's following it. As predicted, guys, on Bitcoin, Doge does not have the same chart as Bitcoin does. But yeah, that is playing out quite a bit. And if we look at Bitcoin dominance, we'll see that, it's been up and down since the halving. I think this is going to turn and go lower. And we're going to see that later this month. And it's not going to be all about Bitcoin. But Dogecoin's daily chart, not great. But again, this is setting up with this descending wedge here. And that's what I'm watching, is that descending wedge to play out. Doge can't break 13 cents. Yeah, it looks like it came up to about 12.75 right here yesterday. So it's not even getting to 13 cents. And I've been calling this blue line, this 12.5 cent line, a magnet. It just comes right back to 12.5 cents, like it's been doing for 2 weeks now, like a magnet. So this little dip we have here down to 12.43, it'll probably turn around and come right back up to 12.5 cents. Zelensky's wife just bought a Bugatti. Crazy. All that money. Rocky asks, what do I think the price is for Doge for the end of the year? Well, you've got to watch my 2024 Dogecoin price prediction video that I did back in January. It's still in play. I don't know if Ryan remembers what that is, what that number is. I don't know if you remember my end of 2024 price prediction. Still in play. Halfway through the year. If I remember, beginning of the year, Dogecoin was around 8.5, 9 cents, somewhere in that range. and I had a prediction. I know, I'm putting you on the spot. I know you watched the video, but do you remember? PH, you can't join on your phone. You gotta join on a PC. The YouTube channel doesn't have the join button. Yeah, we talked about the Sony crypto exchange earlier, and I think that's going to help Jasmy. The Japanese economy is hurting. Japanese yen is not doing very well, but yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But there's some ex-Sony executives that are leading the Jasmy company. So we'll see if that helps Jasmy out. What is the riskiest crypto in your portfolio? I don't. I guess Spell token is probably one of the lowest market cap ones that I have. Yeah, Spell token is probably the riskiest. Most everything is top 100. I might have a couple that are just out of the top 100. But yeah, Velodrome. I just bought some of that Velodrome. But it was a small amount, but it was just like I wanted to play that, make that play. Everything else is top 100. Yep. Superverse, that's another one that I have. Got a small bit of Superverse. Spell token. I'm just looking on my portfolio on my laptop. But yeah, everything else is big. So yeah, that's it for risky, I guess. Your average for Doge, Rocky, is about 18 cents. It'll get there. It'll get there. Yeah, PH. And I guess you probably have an iPhone, so I guess Androids have the join button, but iPhones don't. I think somebody said that. I don't have an Android. I only have an iPhone, so that's all I see is there's no join button. But join button on PC. I had 2 timelines. That's right. You remembered whether X accepts it or not. Exactly. Exactly. One with X adoption of Doge and one without. And I was talking about that back at the beginning of the year, before anybody else. Yeah, it's all risky. It's all crypto. It's all risky. There's no guarantees, like I've been saying. You're right, Rocky. There is no mention of crypto in the X payments documents right now, because it's looking more and more like X payments will start and it'll all be fiat. And there will not be crypto integrated directly into X payments at the start. That's what it's looking like. And I've been talking about that for months. So it's not going to be a surprise to you guys, but the media, of course, is going to be like, oh, there's no Dogecoin. Dogecoin's going to zero. It's going to crash. And it's just like, guys, we all know it. Dogecoin is not going to be on X payments when X payments launches. It's not. We should all know that. We should all be prepared for that, because that's the way it is. Sony PlayStation is going to beat Twitter to the punch. PlayStation players will play games and prize will be in BTC. They should use Jasmy for that, Frank. They should use, they should use Jasmy for that. But, I mean, Bitcoin's Bitcoin, right? But that would be cool if they did that with Jasmy. Because that's in Japan. I mean, that would be huge for Japan if they did that. I don't know. I've got my bag of Jasmy and I'm holding it and see what happens. This next 6 months is going to be very exciting. Very, very exciting. All right, gang, that's what we've got for today. Look, I'll be live again on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, somewhere in there. And that is going to be somewhere between, somewhere between 4 and 5. And this will be the Wednesday before the July 4th holiday here in the United States. But I'll still making videos and talking crypto because you know what? Crypto keeps trading. It doesn't take holidays off. It doesn't take nights off. It trades 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, I haven't heard about the Jasmy coin, Frank, yet. And people are talking about it. But until they say it, will I believe it? So we will see. All right, gang. Hey, hope everyone has a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.